This is how to get the Mage Rune Icy Veins for Season of Discovery. In order to get the legendary Icy Veins 3-minute big haste cooldown, you're gonna need to collect 10 books across all of Azeroth, well, at least up into the level 25 zones, and return them to your local librarian. In the Alliance case, it is in Stormwind. In the Horde case, you're going to be talking to Owen Thad in the Undercity to turn these in. There are more than 10 books across Azeroth, so you're not going to need to collect all of them. Up on the screen is the 10 I recommend for each faction, Alliance, and Horde. In a rough order, top to bottom on when you should get them. I'm going to be going over the Alliance books first, and then Horde, and then the cross-faction ones. I'll be marking the YouTube video as needed, so skip around to the location of the books you need. First up, as Alliance on the human side, we'll start at the Tower of Azora in A-Elwynn Forest, one of the most renowned mage towers in all of Azeroth. While you're here grabbing this book, make sure to do the Enlightenment rune as well. There are a bunch of mages who have had a polymorph experiment gone wrong around the tower, so just unsheep 6 of them and turn that in. 2 runes with 1 stone here. Next up on the list for Alliances in one of the major cities. It's on the table in the back of A-Ironforge in the Hall of Explorers. If you are a gnome, this is probably going to be one of the first ones you're going to get before going over to the tower. Next up, number 3 is the book Rumi of Gnomaragon. Now, this one can be picked up in 2 different spots. This is either going to be in A-Thelsamar if you want to do Loch Modan first as your second questing zone, or Westfall if you're doing Westfall first. So grab these 3 books on the Alliance side. Next up, the Horde books. Now, these are definitely favored for the undead mages. The first one you're going to be grabbing in the Brill alchemy shop, next to Apothecary Johan. Second up, you're going to be going to the Sepulcher. This one is located in the Sepulcher inside the tomb near the Armorer Sebastian. It's off on the right-hand side, dead ahead. Now, all of these books are very sparkly, just like this one. They are hard to miss. Last one for the Horde, or first one if you're a troll mage, it's going to be in the Valley of Spirits of Orgrimmar. It's a giant tablet. It's going to be impossible to miss, right next to the mage trainers. Next up is the cross-faction books. Remember, you only need 10 total, so you're only going to need 7 of these cross-faction ones if you've grabbed the 3 for your faction. First up is going to be in the Sludge Fen in the Northern Barrens. The Arcanic Systems Manual. You're going to be sitting on the chair in the top of the oil rig in the Northern Barrens. Hey, next up on the list is Stonetalon Mountains. This is an area closely guarded by the Grim Totem tribe. Here are the coordinates to the tent that it is in. The item here is going to be sitting on top of a barrel inside of this tent. Okay, next up is going to be in Silver Pine Forest, the Amber Mill. This book is going to be sitting on the shelf of the main building, guarded by the Dalaran guards. If you're Horde, you're going to have to clear these out. If you're Alliance, you can just stroll right on in and get the rune. Next book is near the engineer in Ratchet. Go up the stairs. It's on a little red book on his stand, desk, whatever this is. Next book, or in this case, a scroll, is in Darkshore. It's going to be in the ruins of Methystra. As your instinct is going to tell you to jump on the water, do not, and take the stairs, and it will be on your right side. Okay, next location is going to be in the infamous Ogre Cave in northeastern Loch Modan. You're going to be going into the main Ogre Cave in the northeast. It's going to be a scroll laid upon the wall. You're going to be entering the cave and hugging left, and then you're going to take the first left turn. There's going to be a room with a couple Ogre mages. The scroll is going to be propped up along the wall, or you're grabbing. Okay, next one is the Goaz Scrolls. This is going to be in the Welger's excavation site in the Wetlands. Now, this one does not look like a scroll or a book. It is going to indeed look like an urn. U-R-N, urn. Why do I feel weird saying urn today? Urn. All right, the next rune we're going to be looking at is going to be in Westfall, specifically in Moonbrook. So when you're running Dead Mines, Horde or Alliance, getting your Emberstone staff, this book is going to be on the first house on the left as you enter Moonbrook from the east side. It's a red book on the bottom of the shelf in what looks to be like a little alchemy lab. The next location is on the opposite side of the world from the Dead Mines to our sister dungeon, the Wailing Caverns. As you're entering Wailing Caverns, you can see here, I can see the entrance to the dungeon from where I'm at and grabbing the scroll. Okay, the last one I would recommend getting, and maybe the hardest one, is in the Ravenhill Crypts in Duskwood. I would do this in tandem with getting the rune Mass Regeneration. You're gonna have to enter this crypt on the second half of getting the rune of Mass Regeneration, so you might as well do both at the same time. I hope you got your 10 books across Azeroth and are able to get Icy Veins. Thanks for watching the video. Please hit like and subscribe if this was helpful.